I am using my mind powers to transport to you. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome back to Toon Jam. My name is Matt Reed.
And I am J-Man.
And after a healthy break, we are back with more fun, excitement, thrills,
spills,
and jammy messes for you to listen to. So, let's hit the ground running with today's episode, XMen.
Oh,
you all remember it?
mm-hmm.
It's still around. We are talking about the animated series from 1992.
Good year, good year.
Good year. Older than I thought it was, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was more like 93.
93, yeah. That's where I was going.
It was, in fact, October 92.
Oh, so you went far out.
Yes. It was, it was originally... there was a pilot for the idea was a pilot for a TV series called XMen Pride of the X-Men. Pride spelled with a Y.
Oh. In
'89.
Oh.
And that didn't land. They didn't like that. So
they hate Pride.
They hate it.
In all forms.
No joy from that.
No Pride.
But then 92, just X-Men.
And they love that.
It makes more sense if it's going to be the first cartoon you're making of X-Men. You don't need to faff around with subtitles. No. If you're going to do one after, maybe. But X-Men, the animated series.
I like it.
I like it too. So, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, because I've not read this, but I'm sure I've heard this before.
Cool.
That this was made off the success of the game. Released.
Yes, I'm sure I've heard this before.
It's a lot like the Ninja Turtles game where you just side-scrolling fighting. Sure, it was the success of that led to possible iterations of the X-Men. I don't know how old that game is.
No, do I?
But that's a rumour I've heard.
Strong rumour.
But if so, I mean, I would go as far to say as this series is almost today's comic book movies owe loads to this series and Batman.
Definitely.
Because they were out around the same time, 92. I think Batman was 91, maybe 90, possibly.
Maybe 8.
Maybe. It was after the film anyway.
Yeah.
Without those films, our generation wouldn't be, or those TV series, our generation wouldn't be as obsessed with superheroes.
No, I think you're right.
So that you could say that X-Men game, if it was that, or if not just this TV series, without that, you wouldn't have the Marvel universe that we have in the cinemas today.
It opens the doors.
So pretty inspirational, iconic stuff.
Cornerstone for this universe where we still enjoy X-Men today.
Yeah.
Because before, without it, who knows where we'd be?
Well,
who knows what would be the big thing?
That's it.
What would the movies be at the blockbusters at the cinemas?
Just Batman.
Just Batman.
Only Batman films. So today we're covering episode 13.
My lucky number.
The final solution.
Very
which,
intense.
To be fair, this was the last episode of the first series of episodes. I don't know if they released them as series, but they only ordered 13 episodes.
Right.
Which is possibly why they chose the final solution.
Yeah.
But it's not...
is it the final solution or the final decision?
I've got the final solution.
Have you? I saw a decision somewhere.
You might be right, because I remember when I wrote it, I was like, what's it called? I can't be bothered to recheck, I'm sure it's this. Final Solution sounds a bit
better than yeah.
One of them anyway.
Because
episode 13 though, that I'm pretty certain of that.
That's right.
Off to a good start, gang.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, before we get into the episode, I'm going to introduce. We've got now. This is a new thing for Toon Jam 2.0.
Cool.
Segments. First segment. Memories.
Lovely.
There we go. All coming at you with all sorts now this season. So, what are your memories of the XMen animated series?
I fondly remember as a young boy waking up in the morning and watching XMen show. I remember the wonderful theme tune.
Who could forget the theme tune?
It's just so intense. So yeah, that's
weekly. Basically memories.
That's it.
Who was your favourite back in the day?
Wolverine.
Mine was Cyclops.
Really?
No.
Controversial.
No, it wasn't. It was the Beast. Actually, or just Beast, because he was blue.
Yeah,
he is pretty much the
good
reason.
Blue.
Yeah, it's just like, but he was one of those people where like he was my favourite because of how he looked, but I didn't particularly. He just seemed to be hanging upside down all the time reading.
Yeah.
So I never really knew what he did.
That is his power. If you look at the opening titles, that is Beast's power. Everybody else exhibits some sort of power. Wolverine slashes stuff. Cyclops shoots his beams.
How long is he in this episode? He's in prison. How long is he in prison? Because I remember him always being in prison, and he gets out in this episode.
Yeah,
that's like the ending, isn't it?
He forms a habit.
So what happens in the next episode? Does he go back?
And maybe he's still got that prison mindset. So he
builds his own prison.
Yeah, that's it. The prison of the mind.
The prison of the mind. Super.
That's it. What are your memories of?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah.
I remember the theme tune more than anything. I remember there's a lot of running going on in that theme tune. A lot of running, a lot of names. That was like, it is a great theme tune.
It is.
It really is a great theme tune, and it is. I always like the startup because even though it does have those crappy clips of episodes, it's not just them. It's also them running.
Yeah.
Everyone's just running.
Yeah, that's
across
it.
things.
Just shows you how intense it's going to
be.
And everyone's.
It
running
does. You get pretty much what the series is going to be about.
Yeah.
In that
XMen
intro.
versus the Brotherhood, essentially.
Everyone's names are in there, so you know their names.
Yeah. Straight away.
You're like, oh, that's that one.
Yeah.
That's that one. That's.
He's the blue one. Yeah.
Exactly. You know. Yeah. But I remember enjoying it. I don't really remember. I remember watching Days of Future Past because it was a bit like I don't really know what's going on here. But I don't remember really like watching it. I don't remember many episodes of it.
No.
There was the odd thing going on. I'm sure there was one with Black Panther in.
Yeah.
I remember that vaguely because it was a bit like.
Oh.
It's when you see Storm when she's a kid.
Oh right, yeah.
In Wakanda.
I remember some of like the 3-parters and stuff I just remember seeing characters do weird stuff. Like I remember Mr. Sinister because I really liked him.
Because he's weird.
Yeah, and like I remember like the one.
I remember really hating how Sabretooth looked.
Yeah, me too.
Like
I don't know what it.
So tassely and
just
some sort of relic.
It doesn't look right
of a forgotten era.
Yeah, I don't appreciate the way he looks in there.
10 years before.
And
he just looks like a wrestler that no one liked.
Yeah,
that's what he looks like.
Jobber that just stuck around for years and
too much fur, too many tassels.
Doesn't it?
Long nails.
Looks silly.
Oh.
And I always questioned whether Jean Grey was naked or not because she's got that like skin coloured.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
Yeah, So like every now and then, like you see her just like in the back of the scene, like, huh? Why is she naked? Oh,
I'll tell you what as well. There's a lot of smooching. Everyone seems to be kissing all the time in this show. You're just like, all right, chill out. Everyone's kissing.
It's a romantic show.
Like, everyone's going out with each other.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, it's like a big college house, isn't it? Like Xavier's mansion, mate. There's all sorts going on there.
Well, so here's a question for you. Before we get into it, you don't see X-Men isn't as popular now as it was. It's still, popular, but the books aren't as popular. The films died off a little bit. They're not great.
Yeah.
The prime audience for X-Men is minorities for race and sexual orientation.
Yeah.
That's most people that the majority of X-Men's audience fall into that category. Not all of them, but the majority. Do we think with a wider acceptance nowadays, there's less of a presence for the storylines of the X-Men where everyone hates them?
Yes.
Do you think that's why it's not as present?
Yeah, because I think...
Is it because the issue's not as... I mean, it's still about... we see it all the time.
But this was kind of a precursor to it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it was a bit ahead of the time on that. And so
now it's all about, like... I mean, it's still the same thing. They're, like, fighting for acceptance. But they've achieved more than the X-Men had at the time. Like, because that was like, everyone hated them.
That's it.
Whereas now it's a bit more... people. It's like... you look at the media and stuff, it's like, you shouldn't hate them.
Yeah. It was
Whereas
more of like
an
awareness thing. Like, this is bringing the awareness in. But I think now we're quite aware of all of that.
Yeah.
It might not be on top of it, but I think we're very aware that it's happening.
Yeah.
So therefore, this stuff kind of feels a bit, watered down almost.
Yeah. Do you think if there was an X-Men story now, the way to fix their lack of popularity now would be to latch onto the new way people see minorities and use that in the X-Men?
Yeah, just keep it current, I think. Like,
makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, because I mean the issues are still there. I don't think they're ever going to be fully eked out.
No.
But just making sure that it applies to like everyday
modern society.
Yeah, it's got to keep up.
That's what X-Men is, isn't it? It's like for 80s and 90s, it was current.
Yeah, that's right.
For that time, and now it's
really
outdated.
That's it.
So there you go.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Memories. So let's get into the episode. It begins with a previously on
the
X-Men, and it feels like none of it relates to the current episode. No. Or is even real.
Yeah, I know.
It's almost like someone made a joke previously on it and tried to include
it's hilarious,
everything. There's like some time travel stuff. There's like how different realities are going on.
Yeah.
And none of them are a part of this episode.
Did somebody say assassin? That gets said 8 times.
Did somebody say assassin?
Assassin?
By Gambit, who's like... accent is far worse than I remember it being.
It is, yeah.
Like he's like someone that's done a week of French, and just is trying to. Every sentence is there's a French word in there that is really easy to say. So like, oh mon ami, what is going on?
Just so it sounds French.
And then it's just like, oh Gambit, do you want to come with us? And he's like, none. Just weird. The accents are pretty poor in this.
Yeah.
They're well worse than I remember it being.
They are, yeah.
Like I remember all their voices that I remember. I don't know what I remember from.
And now I watched it back. I was like, oh yeah, that was his voice.
Yeah.
But I've made it better in my head.
Just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is. He sounds so gruff, but so like he's trying to be rough, but he's really not managing it.
The only one I remember sounding the same was Magneto.
Yeah.
But even like Professor X was...
It's got some weird tones to his voice.
He's like, this is time. X-Men, follow me. I'm sure, did he do something ridiculous, like, at the end? He, like, crashes...
He crashes the jet.
Crashes the jet, yeah. And he just flies out in his little chair.
Yeah, he just kamikazes the chair.
I must end this peril. So we've got the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Who are giant robots that kill mutants. The whole episode, I mean, it's pretty straightforward what happened. It's a very action-packed episode. So the story is quite thin, but you can tell it's the end of a story arc.
Yeah. That
they didn't really inform you of that story in the previously on.
There was just the previously wasn't really helpful. There was just I think they just wanted to put some sick Gambit catchphrases in. Because there's one bit where Mystique's obviously Gambit, and then he walks into the room and he's like, "Surprised to see me? I know I am."
So we've got some good gags.
Like,
good gags from the get-go.
Just like, what happened?
And there's a bit that made me laugh where this is again in the previously on. Professor is like, "Watches, they have stopped," and all of a sudden, like, all of the X-Men are wearing watches, and he's like, "They are magnetized," and then it cuts away. Like that was Magneto's biggest ploy ever.
Yes,
he's finally managed to stop all the clocks
and inconvenience
in New York City.
all their dinner plans.
His eyebrows, Professor X's eyebrows.
I know, what is
I
the
don't
deal
remember
with
them
that?
being so...
I wrote that down as well. Like, what happened there?
Like, they touch, like, the top of his head.
How is
Do you think
that?
he's, like, overcompensating for his boldness?
Yeah, he's like, that's
like
the ultimate
really
comb over.
high eyebrows.
I pushed my eyebrows
He
over my
his
entire
eyebrows
head.
back, so you think he's got hair. They're just really weirdly pointy.
They are, aren't they?
But one thing they've never managed to capture in any of the films or since, I think, is his sick golden chair.
Yeah.
That thing.
It's just amazing.
Like, he even has a floaty chair, doesn't he, in one of the films?
Yeah.
It's not even gold.
Why?
Professor X is a pimp.
Yeah, pimps.
He goes around. He is a G with his golden
Why do you
chair.
think Exhibit spells his name with an X at the start? Like,
Professor Xavier.
Yeah, that's it. The original Pimp My Ride.
The original. Well, he pimped it.
Yeah, he pimped it
He was
out.
the inspiration for
That's
Pimp
it.
My Ride. Exactly. Stupid.
Everyone knows that.
But yeah, so it starts off, and it's sort of like everything's going to pot in it. The Sentinels have gone crazy.
They always did scare me.
And they've kidnapped. Am I right? They've kidnapped Senator Kelly.
Yeah.
Now, he is in the first X-Men film.
He is, yeah.
Senator Kelly. And I was like, is this the story of the film? But then I saw a Sentinel and I was like, no. But interestingly, Senator Kelly was in the film.
Yeah, he's the guy that gets all watery.
Yeah. And then Magneto appears, doesn't he, as well, towards the start. And he's just sort of...
having a bad time. Well,
he's like helping him, isn't he?
Yeah.
But pretending he isn't.
And then he sees a Sentinel, and he's not even. It doesn't even
he's on
break
that
a
ship,
sweat.
isn't he? Yeah,
and he's like, "You idiots! Like, why would you send a metal man to destroy me?"
And then this revelation is like, we're made of plastic.
And then it's like, oh.
And you just think, hold on, these menacing robots are all plastic.
Yeah, and then he sends out like a tendril that definitely looks like it's made out of metal.
Yeah.
And then wraps him up.
No, it's plastic, mate.
Yeah,
it's plastic.
Well,
and then he's like, the ship is my weapon. And then he just like throws one bit and then gets like decked by the Sentinels, doesn't he?
Dead weird.
Like Magneto's not very good in this.
No.
He's really, but he does have some classic lines.
He does, yeah.
Towards the end, where everyone's sort of trying to stop them. Hey, what does he says? I wrote it down somewhere. Oh man, this is upsetting. Oh man, keep going. I'll come back to it.
But yeah, so he does get properly mashed up to the point where like they find him underneath a rock, and it looks like his bowels have actually like come out of his body.
He's full on.
Like, he looks like he's been
shafted, isn't he?
Yeah, like they've just torn away at his abdomen and so all his internal
plastic
organs.
wounds.
Yeah, like the plastics.
Plastics.
No.
What they need is like he needs to find the Magneto of plastic.
Yeah, and then
plastic manipulation.
Yeah.
Though that team,
Placneto.
They need a wood one.
Yeah.
He just needs a team of
material boys.
He could be called the workshop.
Yeah.
And together they just take out fools left, right, and centre, forwarding the mutant race.
Yeah.
There is a brief mention of his his time in the Holocaust as well.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah.
Even though they don't actually mention that, he
No.
just says, "I've seen it."
Mm.
I've got the line. It's when, because there's this weird bit where they decide, it's like, all this is going on, and well, it's really weird. There seems to be two options on the table.
Mm.
Either help Professor X stop the Sentinels,
Mm-hmm.
because the Sentinels are going after the humans
Everybody now. Yeah.
or don't bother.
Yeah.
Which seems like, for an X-Man, you just absolutely no question.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a genuine, like, everyone's like, oh, like Gambit's like that. This is what he's like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, I won't do that. And
You're not.
but you can't. He's the only one I could tell. Everyone else was like, I don't know what decision they've made. They just kept leaving the room.
Yeah, that was.
It was very confusing.
It was
I was like, I
confusing.
don't understand what is going on here.
Yeah,
because it looked like Cyclops had disagreed with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, flipping out, this is...
Yeah, you don't really see that.
You don't
He's
see that.
usually
And
a
then
good boy. Yeah.
And then he
then they were just in the
hadn't.
Blackbird or whatever. It's like, oh, he was just getting on the
And then it
ship.
was because like they'd all left, and then because it was like Wolverine and Gambit had decided, nah, we're not going to do it, and then someone gives some really terrible heroic rally, like something like, "Are you two not going? Because I am," and they're like, "Yes, we're going." And that was enough.
That's all they needed. They were that they were that unstable on the fence.
It was like Jubilee. Or
yeah, it was
gives
Jubilee. Yeah,
gives them like some really crap pep talk, and once they all decide in some weird, strange, confusing babble, Magneto watches them leave, and he goes, "You're all fools." Heroic fools.
Fools that will die. He just says fools like 20 times.
That just cracked me up.
That was really funny.
And then it's just like there's loads. Then there's like an army of Sentinels, isn't there? An army of Sentinels that they go to fight, and they're decking them easily.
Yeah, Wolverine locks himself in a room and then just
unnecessarily as well. He like pushes Gambit out. He's like, "You've got powers that can really make a difference against these guys. Go away." And then just starts fighting him in the dark. Like they do this little jump around.
Just acrobatics.
Jump, hit. Jump, hit. And then Gambit breaks through the door with a playing card. And then Wolverine's topless.
Yeah, what is that all about?
But with still the neck of his costume.
The colour's still intact.
And he's just weirdly... And then he like decks the last one well easily. And you just think Gambit could have just gone...
Yeah. It's so confusing. I don't understand what happened in there.
Like, no one seems to be mates in it.
No.
Like everyone's giving everyone chirps. But from the get-go, like I think Gambit's like... when they first go in, there's a broken Sentinel. Yeah. But he just sees it in the dark. He's like, "Ah, Sentinel!" And then Wolverine's like, "Usually takes a full Sentinel to scare someone." And then after like they've beaten up this load, like there's a big pile of them or whatever, and they're just Wolverine's there topless, and then Cyclops walks through the door without even seeing him. He's like, as he's walking through, he's like. He just calls him lazy, basically. He's like, "Hey, you're gonna get any work done? You're just gonna wait down here." And it's like you've not even seen him.
And he's supposed to, at that point, he's supposed to be going to rescue him, and he just turns up and
gives him heavy chirps, and then walks off, and they follow him.
It's like, what?
Cyclops.
So confusing.
He's a bit of a douchebag.
He is, yeah. I've always never liked him.
Yeah. I always like his power though. He's got a good power.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I think it's really good, like when he's just upset, you know, where he's just like on his knees, and he just blares it like in the opening titles. Yeah,
it's always in front of the water. And
you know, like he wakes up in the morning, stubs his toe, and then it's like blasts the roof off.
He's really good at just like his power's perfect for running away, like just blasting holes in the wall as he's running away from everything. But then there's a hilarious bit because when they go in, the girls are outside like, "Don't worry, we'll guard. You guys get in there." So it's like your big guns. You got Storm, Rogue, and Jubilee, the power of fireworks that don't really do much. I don't really know what Jubilee does, to be honest, other than dead 90s.
Yeah, she does actually melt some metal or something.
I think so. Yeah, some little sparks,
and then it like causes petrol.
But everyone's sometimes you think the X-Men spend every day training.
Mm.
They're the only one of all the superheroes in Marvel, at least.
Mm.
You see every day they're training. That's the
Yeah.
whole point of the school. They're training. They go into this fight. None of them. They're like rookies.
Yeah.
All of them getting attacked from behind, left, right, and centre. I think Jubilee does. Then Rogue comes out to save her, and she's like, "Look behind you," and then she gets hit from behind by two, like a train, and there's another one, and there's like two Sentinels pushing the train. This is like at the start of the episode. Comes back at the end of the episode, she's still squashed. No one's done anything about it, and those Sentinels are still like just holding it, like no.
That cracked me up as well because
Yeah.
she full on got mashed into that thing. It's like really funny.
She's got another one with a bad accent. She's
Yeah.
like, "Watch out, y'all! What are y'all doing?
This is so overly.
Why
silly.
don't y'all give me a kiss?"
It's like, why do you talk like that?
Yeah, the animation, pretty turd.
Yeah.
I mean, you compare it to Batman at the time.
Yeah.
I'm sure the budget was lower, considering. But yeah,
But
not.
It's rough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is rough. It's very jumpy, and sometimes I think, well, when I was watching Wolverine fight those Sentinels in the dark, I was like, is this just because you've like ran out of cells that you're allowed to use?
So, yeah, they just use like one still for a minute. Just like, oh,
that was just
that was a weird moment.
Yeah.
Later on.
I don't know. Very, very rough on that. But
yeah, I mean they managed to
man.
fend them off.
Right, so and their Master Mold.
Yeah, Master Mold.
He's the head of the Sentinels.
Yeah.
So like he makes Sentinels. He gives birth to them out of his belly. Like they're coming out.
Yeah.
Plastic Sentinels, left, right, centre, and there's an amazing bit where Bolivar Trask, he's created the Sentinels. He's like, "You were programmed to kill mutants, not man." And then Master Mold's like, "But mutants are man." And then Bolivar Trask is like, "What?"
Just completely
what?
boys
He's blowing his mind. He's like, "It doesn't make sense."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's what I thought."
Yeah,
that was good.
That bit's pretty hilarious and kind of undoes the entire X-Men franchise in like one sentence.
It's like Master Mold is actually the soundest guy in the X-Men franchise.
He doesn't see race.
No, he's like he should be going to talks with Professor X.
Should be doing TED Talks.
Because Professor X is like, "We need to save everyone. Mutants are man alive," and he's like, "Yeah, I need to kill everyone. Mutants are man alive." Well, they actually have got a lot. If he said to Professor, "We have a lot in common, you and I," Professor, "Yes, we do."
And his weird synthesized Zordon voice.
Yeah, and then the ending, they blow him up, don't they, with the plane, as we've already said.
Yeah, kamikaze.
After that, it's very weird because Magneto flies in to help him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
After calling them fools. And he's just like, "You think I would just let you die by someone else's hands," or something cliche like that. But then at the end, when they defeat him, they defeat Master Mold, and Magneto's helped him out quite a bit. Then they're all sort of sitting together, and they're all standing together, and they're like, "We've done it. Where is Magneto?" And then he just literally flies down.
Yeah.
And they're like, "I'm here." The end.
Dead weird.
The ending was dead.
No.
Just ended, didn't it?
And I don't know what the final decision was. Like what did they decide?
Did I just remember him beating him? It's very weird. It's just sort of like
I thought there was going to be like, it's like they have to do. Was that
like a revelation? Of some sort.
But
No.
it's just like I don't know.
They're just like, "Wolverine, put your clothes on."
Yeah. Like what happened? I want to know what happened in that. Like why did all the Sentinels just attack the clothing on his torso?
Like at first, it was just like half of it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then they killed the Sentinel, and then it cut back, and he had no top.
It's just like trying to get his chest out for the lady.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, sorry, you cut me. I just thought it's two plastic Sentinels, and oh my.
Oh, I just happens to be Peck Week this week, so stare if you want to.
So yeah,
that's
the end of that.
Yeah.
So now before we do our ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. Let's do our ratings first. Ratings time.
Ratings.
So, no change in the system. Thumbs up. Yeah. Good, good. Thumbs down.
No.
That is tat. T-A-T.
Mm-hmm.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Shaky middle. It was okay. I didn't like it, but I didn't dislike. Well, I didn't hate it. So probably closer to dislike, but in the middle. So, where do you sit on X-Men?
Well, the iconic series that I much enjoyed the theme when I was a boy.
When you were a boy, but now.
But
How
now
do you feel?
I am an X-Man, and things may have changed. Well, they have. It's a different world now. There's plastic Sentinels. There's X-Men movies that I've not enjoyed. Does the series still stand? And so for me, it's going to be a shaky middle.
Shaky middle.
Shaky middle.
Interesting.
Controversial, some may
Why
think.
so? Why so?
Well, because actually going back and watching it, the animation, it doesn't look great.
No.
Thanks to the weird voices and 90s level of Foley artist work, it doesn't sound great either. And story-wise, it wasn't particularly fantastic. Because this is supposed to be a top 10 episode.
Yeah.
And this was still a bit like, what happened? Like, what?
Yeah.
What was?
So what's can I ask you then? What's stopping it from being a thumbs down?
Well, because they were still trying to do good things with it. Like the overall story, I think, of the series is good. They still have interesting characters, as weird as some of them may be. And sometimes there is a bit of, every now and then there's a sense of actual threat. When a Sentinel just rips someone's entire house apart and decides that they're going to take them away. It's like, that's horrible. Yeah. Like, that is actually, for a moment you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty grim. So there's still good stuff in there, but essentially there's probably better versions of it out there now.
Yeah.
But what say you?
Yeah. It's tough because it is considering the time as well. You can't help but compare it to modern versions of X-Men, like you say, but there was none around. That being said, the Batman animated series
was around.
When you take a look at the Hugo Strange one, which wasn't a very good example, it was probably still better than this episode. So yeah, a shaky middle, I think it's fair. It's tough because it's sort of you kind of taken into the prestige of it and the fact that it has done a lot for sort of the franchise and the genre. But yeah, it's a pretty poorly constructed show. I think what's good about it is, even though maybe it's not the best way of showing it, they used proper storylines from the comics.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it's obviously it's for kids, but it's not super kiddie. It's not just full stupid mode. They took their content seriously, and for that you can't knock them. But all the aspects of the actual show itself are pretty poor. But yeah, you've got a lot of the stuff that's the character design and stuff, but it's not really from the show.
No, I suppose not. Yeah,
but it's good still. And that theme tune.
Yeah, theme tune, that opener.
So yeah, shaky middle for me as well.
Yeah,
shaky middles.
Ooh.
So there you go, 2 shaky middles. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Likely you disagree, I imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Until you bloody watch the thing. Let us know on the 3 triple X's of the social media: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Toonjam Pod. At Toonjam Pod. So now we are going to another segment.
Oh.
Who's that X-Man?
Just who is that X-Man?
Okay, so I'm going to name a couple of X-Men for you. I'm just going to do this quickly. And you've got to guess their power.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So first up, fairly simple one.
Mm-hmm.
Cipher.
Okay. So they can decipher things. They can figure things out. Can decrypt details.
So that's his power.
Yeah.
You're not far off. He can translate any language. That includes alien.
Oh right. Like fake
French.
language. Yeah. That's pretty
Translate
good.
it.
All right. Wow.
Sorted.
Yeah. No need for Google Translate.
No, you figure not with him around. No way. Right. Next up. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Maggot.
Okay. So
Fairly straightforward.
maggot. He can eat anything and catch fish really efficiently.
Right. That's what you think.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
why else have that name?
well, I'll tell you why. Because he actually has maggots inside his body
Okay.
that come out every now and again.
How is that a power, or has he just got
Yeah,
parasites?
that's maggot's power.
Okay.
This is a good one.
Mhm.
You ready?
Yeah.
Skin.
Skin. Right. Okay, so he can, in a survival situation, he can take the epidermis off any animal super fast. Like Bear Grylls style,
He's
skin
like
a
an
rabbit.
ultimate hunter.
Yeah, he's skin a rabbit, skin a deer, skin a buffalo.
Okay, you're far off on this one.
Oh.
He has. This is amazing. 6 feet of extra stretchy skin
What?
that he can control.
That he can control.
He can control.
So he's just
So
got
he's a bit like Reed Richards, but just with
skin.
Just with his
It's just-
skin.
oh, that's so creepy.
So yeah, that's a good one.
Skin.
Right, are you ready? The next one's good. Kylun,
Kylun.
harder one.
Right. So I'm just gonna say they have the power to fight efficiently and grow
Right.
strength from the moon.
Okay then. I'll take that. That is incorrect. He is essentially
Mm-hmm.
Lion-O
Right.
from Thundercats. But
Okay.
he can also mimic any voice.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. What?
Kylun. He's got like Excalibur as his sword,
Okay.
and yeah,
Lion-O who can do good impressions.
basically yeah.
How weird.
This is a good one. Wraith.
Wraith. Oh, he is a deadly character.
Yeah.
He is coming in the
boy.
night, creepy. He looks like a skeleton. He's a spectre. He can go through walls. He can, do all that kind of ghostly, nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His power is that he has invisible skin.
What?
Nothing else.
Not so you can see his innards.
Yeah.
What?
You just see inside him.
Why
Wraith.
did they go through like a skin phase or something? Where they
I
were
don't know.
like,
Yeah, it's.
it needs to be able to do stuff with skin.
Yeah.
Right, we've
Right,
already
we
got
need more skin characters. We need more
Yeah,
skin characters.
We've got Wraith. We've got Daniel Druff. He's super flaky.
Right.
Okay.
This is the last one I'm going to give you now. Choir.
Quite. Oh, right. So this guy's got an amazing singing voice, and just has the ability to do those screeches and supersonic sounds and stuff.
Like
that.
Banshee.
Yeah, exactly.
Incorrect.
What?
Choir. It's a she. She has loads of mouths on her neck,
What?
and she's really good at ventriloquism.
Hey.
That's her powers. So there you go. Who were those X-Men? And you scored 0. Well played. Join us next time. Thank you for joining us, guys. Don't forget, if you enjoyed it, leave a rating review. Really
Yeah.
helps us out and helps other people find the show. And if you really enjoy our episodes, why not sign up for our Patreon, where we give out extra episodes that are a bit longer, about films, also animated and such. So I think that's everything.
I think so, yeah. If you've got any particularly freaky abilities yourself, then also send them our
Let
way.
us know.
If you have several mouths along the neckline, we'd very much like to not see that. So
Exactly. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay jammy. Stay jammy. Hello, jammers. We just wanted to announce the winner for the competition of last season. The guess the theme tune.
yeah, we had the intro outro theme tune situation.
So it was tough. We had a few entries, and we can say that nobody got the answer. So no one has won our month's supply of bread, which is disappointing.
So now the bread's just going to go stale. 'Cause
Stale
we bought the
bread.
at the start of the season,
Yeah.
and then was just hoping that we could send it out to somebody. But
So yeah, but we can tell you what it was. Drum roll, please. The theme tune was T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Is it just T-Rex?
Yeah, I think it's T-Rex.
It's not T-Rex.
T-Rex and something. The T-Rex dinosaurs. Something.
Yeah, look it up, Google it,
T-Rex.
and
T-Rex.
you probably have never heard of it.
Yeah. So you probably
Some of
never
you
knew.
might though, because it was only because it was that one that I remembered that no one ever knows it exists, but it does, and that's a theme tune.
It is real.
And now you'll all look it up and know it. So
Yeah.
at least you've got some education.
Yeah. At least you never knew it in the first place.
So thanks for participating. We'll probably be having more competitions and stuff sooner. So keep your ears and your eyes peeled. Stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.